Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a great day or evening wherever you're at. It's Renee with another diary entry. I'm okay. It's Saturday and it was an uneventful day here. And yeah, I'm a little down tonight. Mm, you know, the silence by myself with two sleeping dogs. They're right next to me on the couch. Um, yeah, it's a difficult night tonight. You know, when you're separated and you've been with somebody, your spouse or partner for decades, and then it's ending, and you're by yourself, and you've raised your kids and are not here, and yeah, it's a lot to get used to. I think I said in a previous video a while back that the nights are the hardest. Um, yeah, they suck, really. I'm just sitting here. It's about, I guess, 7:30 at night, and I was watching the football game, and um, you know, I have my day planned for tomorrow. We're supposed to get a big snowstorm, apparently, and it's pretty much all day. Like, I think it's going to start late morning, early afternoon, and go through the evening. And yeah, I'm planning on what I'm going to be doing since I won't really be going out. We So my husband that I'm separated from, his uncle passed away a month or two, well, 2 months ago, I guess. And they're having like a get together tomorrow at my brother-in-law's house, which is roughly almost an hour away from where we're living. If you didn't know, me and my husband live in the same apartment complex, different buildings. Go back and watch my videos if you're new. It's a big, fun, kumbaya family. It's so bizarre. But so they're having this celebration of life type of thing for, it would have been his birthday the other day. So some family is getting together and they're going to have like a dinner and some desserts and a cake and whatever and just get together. But now there's a snowstorm coming. So I'm assuming they're still having it. So of course I'm invited. I'm still in very good speaking terms with, well, him, obviously, since I talk to him probably on a daily basis and I see him a few times a week, but with his family. So he has 3 brothers and a sister. So one of the brothers is hosting this get together for the aunt, the widow of his uncle. And, their children are going to be there and what have you. So I was undecided if I was going to go. I'm not going to go. I feel like I need to separate myself since I was the one that instigated or am filing for divorce from their brother or their relative. They know why. They were along for the whole shit show ride with him and what was going down. There was some issues back in 2016 that they helped me deal with him. And then also this past 2024 year when he was diagnosed with cancer and then went off the rails again, like late spring and all through the summer. And that was the deciding factor for me to, end a 34-year marriage, to him, because I just couldn't deal with the crap that he pulls, every few years. And, I don't know if I mentioned this before, in another video, but if 2016 didn't happen and it was only this year or the 2024 when he was diagnosed and dealt with cancer and he went off the rails, most likely I would have given him a pass, because I would contribute or attribute it to his cancer diagnosis. Having cancer is a very scary thing. And if it was something that he couldn't deal with mentally, and went off the rails and, was trying to deal with it in his own way, and then I guess rebounded or recovered or, fixed himself, there's a good chance that we would still be together. But when he has a history of doing what he has been doing, like I said, 2013, there was like a little blip of something, but I gave him a pass. 2016 was the huge thing. And I gave him a pass again. And then now in 2014 or 2024, it was just another issue. So, I figure, I got to separate myself from him and his family. I don't want to be, I don't know. I mean, I love his family and I will always continue to love his family. I will always love him. But sometimes, at some point you have to separate yourself so you can get over the hurt and the pain that you're going through in order to move forward and move on with your life. And I feel like I'm in a stuck situation, and I'm going to cry, because I see and I talk to him a lot, and it's just very difficult. Like tonight, I'm sitting by myself, and I'm sure he's in his apartment sitting by himself, and I'm not calling him. And, yeah, so, yeah, that's it. But, so I'll tell you this too. This has been sitting in the back of my mind, for the last couple days. So today's Saturday. It was Thursday night, around 11 p.m., a little bit after 11 p.m. I'm in bed. I'm almost, I think I was asleep actually. Our fire and smoke alarm goes off in my building. This thing is so loud, of course. It's all wired. It's a brand new building. It's got strobe lights. So if you were hard of seeing or hearing, you would be seeing the lights flash. So to get out of the building. So I'm trying to wrangle the dogs up. I'm in pajamas. I'm putting on a robe. I'm getting my keys to the car because I'm like, okay, it's cold. It's 10 degrees outside. And I got 2 dogs that I have to get their harnesses on and try to get them outside. I can't have anybody try to help me out there because they'll be barking at them and yapping and whatever. So I'm trying to manage these dogs by myself. I'm putting them in my car. I had one door open in the back, and then I walked around and put them in the other side in the back door, and then the other door's still open, and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to let go of them so they don't jump out of the car while I go shut the other door? I'm like, I don't know what to do. Luckily, I took my phone with me. I called my husband. I'm like, can you come over here and help me with the dogs? Our fire alarm is off, and I'm outside with them by myself. And it's hard to handle them. And I need to have them in the car to put the heat on because it's cold out. If it was just me, I would have dealt with it. I would have been talking to the neighbors out on the street. But, these dogs are like a handful. So he came over. He sat with me and the dogs in the car while we were waiting for the building to be cleared. Of course, there's no fire. This is the second time the smoke and fire alarm went off. It went off, the last time was the night before Thanksgiving, and our son was here, and of course, he's helping me get the dogs out. So I had a body here to help me with them, which I had a kennel in my garage, so I took the kennel out, popped it open, put it in the back of my SUV, and I put the dogs in there so that way they're not running around in the car, they're contained, and it was good. Well, I couldn't do the cage or the kennel thing by myself Thursday night because I have to watch these dogs and I can't hold them and put the cage together. So anyway, so he came over, sat in the car with me and the dogs while the building was getting cleared. The building gets cleared. He came in to warm up a little bit when we had the all clear, and I got the dogs' harnesses off and blah, blah, blah. So he walked back to his apartment that night. So Friday morning, he calls me, or I call him because I'm such a creeper. So I can see it was like 7:30, and usually he calls me every morning, like by 7:30, because he knows I'm working because I start work at 7 a.m. and I work from home. So he didn't call me, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if he overslept. So I called his cell. He answered. He's like, yeah, I woke up late. I couldn't sleep last night after coming back here. And I'm like, so I said I should have never called you because if I woke you up out of a sound sleep, now you're not sleeping. And he's like, no, he goes, I was just really upset after I left your apartment because this is all my fault and this is why we're here. We're split up and we're in an apartment building. And he goes, I just feel so bad. And he goes, I was up all night being real. He was upset. He said he was crying and pissed off at himself and that he did all this to me and to us. So, I mean, now that weighs on my mind. And I'm like, look, we might have been in the apartment together, and it wouldn't have been such a pain in the butt, a pain in the ass to like get the dogs out because I would have had you here immediately and we could have had this like all like done like quickly. And, I said, I'm sorry I called you. I said, if it ever happens again, I'm not calling you because I can't rely on him. I shouldn't have to rely on him, but I have nobody else to rely on at this point. I'm by myself and, it's just difficult. It's just difficult. So, yeah, I'm like really feeling it tonight. So I told him, I said, I don't think I'm going to go with you to your family's house. I said, I just have to, I compared myself to his sister. His sister got divorced from her husband a long time ago, but there was I think he cheated on her or I don't know what the actual issue was. I think he was cheating on her. But she has always, I believe that she would always reconcile with him if he didn't want to get a divorce. Like she was always trying to, not trying, but she would always not have an issue seeing him and seeing his family. And, she was just trying to be around him and maybe he would change his mind. I don't know. That's what I got. And I just said to him, my husband, I said, I just don't want to be like your sister, like thinking that if I'm around you all the time, that we could, work this out because I don't think I can't trust you anymore, And I think, I don't know if it hurt him, but you know what? Hurt goes both ways. I mean, he did a number on me, So, and I'm not saying it to get back at him, I'm still struggling with this whole thing. And I'm just a mess. Just a mess. And I got such bags under my eyes and they don't go away. They don't go away. I just feel so old and tired, mentally and physically. It's really been a lot on me. So, anyway, thank you for listening to my crying. And I don't know if anybody's going through something similar. I feel you, and I understand. It's hard. People think, oh, well, you were the one that filed. It should be a breeze for you. It's not a breeze. And my nose is running, so I'm sorry. It's not a breeze. It just feels like you cut off your arm to save yourself and you're still bleeding. Like if you're trapped in something and you're like, okay, I'm going to sever my arm to save myself, but you're still bleeding out. That's how I feel. That's how my heart feels. My heart is broken and there's nothing I can do about it. All right, I'm done. I'm done crying. Well, I hope you're doing well better than me. And maybe tomorrow I have plans of what I'm going to do on my snow day. So maybe I'll do a day in the life video of like what I'm going to be doing around my apartment and in my garage. And if you're interested, stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Please consider subscribing and liking this video, and please comment if you have any words of advice. So have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.